Chapter 1. Truck.Cohen, Reincarnation. You are listening at FameTV.info. Inside a white room I have been standing, and in front of me is an old man with a white beard and bald, wearing a white robe, giving an ethereal feeling. Well, my child, you died way before your due time. So, here I am, the one people you call God or Supreme One, giving you a second chance to reborn in another world. Thank you, God. But by the way, what kind of world will be reborn, and what about the little girl whom I tried to save from the speeding truck? I asked. What kind of world you are going to born you? We decide randomly from novels, anime, comics, and if you want to know how do these worlds exist, an answer to your question is that they always existed, and due to molecular interaction of the subatomic particles of different multiverse gives imagination to ideas of the author. An answer to your second question is that little girl is fine and should have been, even if you didn't help her, because originally truck would have skidded past only giving few minor injuries, he explained. So you are saying that my death was meaningless? I asked while falling down. Exactly, he said. So which world I am going to reborn? I asked while feeling worried about my next life. Let's get to it. God said. A giant wheel appeared in front of me with many names written like Naruto, Bleach, MCU, etc., and the wheel starts to spin, eventually stop at My Hero Academia man. I was really happy because the modern world, so no tension about not being able to use the internet, and all an adventure and fun with all hero and villain stuff. Well, let's start with whose power will you receive, and also your powers could not be stolen, erased, or copied, so you don't have worry about all for one, and the one whose power you will also get their looks and a little touch for their personality, but not extreme, but just a little touch. Let's start, God explained. We'll again start to spin, and this time it has character names like Madara, Uchiha, Karna, Luffy, etc., and in the end, it stopped at guess who, the king of heroes, Gilgamesh. Yes. This man, what you say, pack with guns? Well, quite a luck you have there. So are ready to reborn? He asked. Yes, I nodded while answered. In a Lionheart mansion, a white-haired woman with blue eyes resting on a couch with a big belly, and it is clear that she is pregnant. While holding her hand was a blonde-haired handsome man with red eyes, said to her, 3 months more and our baby will be born, honey, with a very happy smile. Well, I can't wait for our baby to in our arms, said woman while they were at it. In the woman's O.M.BRMC wakes up. He looks but to see darkness. Before he could think of anything, he hears a familiar voice. My child, you are now in your mother W.O.M.B, so no need to panic. So why did you contact me now? I thought our deal was done, he asked in confusion. Well, I needed to tell you a few things, but since staying in my domain for a long time would have been harmful to your soul. Well, what was it that you wanted to tell me? He asked. Well, I made some changes in your power which suit much more to your current world. Well, would say more addition. Like what? He asked. Well, like your Enkidu, chains of heaven, will also act the same way as they did with divinity, and they will able have multiple targets, and rest is up to you to find out. Thank you, he said genuinely. Well, that's all, and live your this life well and good. You have my blessing, my child, and now sleep, and you will wake up when you will be born. 3 months later, in the room, the previous white-haired woman was shouting, and it was clear that she was going through labor pain, and a doctor and nurse was observing over her labor. A few moments later, a newborn baby was crying, which is our MC. After cleaning the baby, nurse gave the baby to the white-haired woman. As soon as the baby came into the woman's embrace, he stopped crying, but before the woman could speak to her baby, her husband came rushing into the room, but which baby got startled and ended crying. Gilbert, look, what have you done, idiot? She reprimanded him angrily. Sorry, my dear Alicia, he said apologetically. I let you of this time, she said. Should we name our baby as we decided? He asked. Yes, his name will be Gilgamesh, she proudly said. Well, that's, of course, sounds good, Gilgamesh Lionheart, he declared. The baby looked at them and smiled. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.